Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back in action with this Mega Knight Wall Breakers deck with a whole bunch of bait. We have the Skeleton Barrel, the Bats, the Goblin Gang, and the Inferno Dragon for Zap and Log bait. You also have the Miner and the Mega Knight to tank for everything. Let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with the new 2 Elixir Wall Breakers. So we're gonna go kick off this game with the Goblin Gang in the back against Ahmed. He's not dropping anything, so we're gonna wait and see what he's got before we make a bold play. Let's go in for a Miner and drop it on the right hand side since he's already dropped his Baby Dragon on the left. And I think that one Spear Goblin will be quite menacing for him. Let's go for the Inferno Dragon to destroy his Baby D. And I don't think he has Elixir for his Golem if he has Golem in the deck. So let's just go in for Bats to combat his Night Witch and then go for a Skeleton Barrel on offense since the Bats will stay alive and support our Skeleton Barrel. It's got Skeletons. Very fast cycle. Interesting deck. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. Fast cycle Golem with Night Witch, Snowball, Skeletons. Huh. So Mega Minion comes down. He's already used the Snowball. Let's go in for a Wall Breakers on the left to try to get some damage here. And then I think we want to go and split our Goblin Gang again. Maybe get a couple going towards... Yeah, never mind. It's like... I don't know. I was debating whether or not to do it because you cycle Baby Dragon there. The Goblins really just died. It really wasn't worth it. Spear Goblins all on the right was just better. Okay, so in this situation, I don't have Inferno Dragon cycle. I have to play really aggressive on the left. I have to like tower trade here. If you're caught into a situation where they have Golem and you don't have Inferno Dragon, you have to play pretty aggressive. But if you have Bats, it's going to be generally pretty okay for you. Really good Fisherman by him, so... I'm just trying to keep him at a low Elixir amount so that I can go back to Inferno Dragon and melt the Golem. All I need to do is defend against this Night Witch. And I'm going to go and cycle a Snowball here, so we are able to. So as long as the Spear Goblins stay alive and kill the Bats, we're fine. And then we go for the Inferno Dragon, melt his Baby Dragon, and then we walk away with the W. So he's going to go in for Mega Minion, it goes on top of the Bats, the Inferno Dragon turns around, and it kills the Golem, right? He's going to take the tower because of the death damage. Alright, so it stayed too long there. Unfortunate. Still, we tower traded in a situation that we weren't able to defend. So if you were able to quickly realize that you're not able to defend the right-hand tower, tower trading is the worst situation that would happen, but it's still better than like losing the tower and then not having any other damage to show for it, right? So we're going opposite lane of him, and that's one of the best things that you guys want to have happening. If you're going opposite lane of a Golem player, they're never able to go and stockpile Golem in the back, and then you're forced to go same lane as it, and then they use the Golem's HP to just body block for all of their support units, and then it could be really a cascading effect downwards for you. We go for a Snowball so then we can go and kill everything, push the Night Witch Bats away. He's still in a really funky spot. I think we're able to use the Bats here, and if he goes Golem in the middle, we use our Inferno Dragon. Otherwise, we just keep playing aggressive. Going for a Mega Knight here. I think that the Mega Knight gets pulled to the Fisherman, and then we get tower damage, right? Right? Come on, tell me it's so. Tell me it's so, buddy. Yeah, look at that Mega Knight. He's a 200 IQ Mega Knight. He's a big boy. Going for the tower damage, knowing what's up, knowing what's important in the world. Not dallying on top of a Golem. Alright guys, so we got a game against Fur. We're going to sauce out a good luck here, and we see a Mega Minion. So we're definitely going to go for the Inferno Dragon to damage it down from a ranged distance on the right-hand side. I think that he's probably going to have a tank deck after we see the Mega Minion, and after we see the Miner, it could very well be a Witch tank deck with Miner and Giant. That's what I'm expecting right now. So we're going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel on the left, and we have an Inferno Dragon walking down the right-hand side. So we have a really good start to this game. The Inferno Dragon's going to lock on and give us some chip value, and we can go in for Wall Breakers on the right-hand side. Fully expecting to go for a Giant on the left, and I want to make sure that we limit his potential of damage by going in for some type of aggression on the right. So he's going to go in for a Witch and a Fisherman. The Giant will be able to give him a little bit of damage, but it's not exponential. It's going to be 2 hits. The Miner is not going to be able to give him too much. We should be able to just go in for a Snowball to propel everything back. And Bats will be able to finish it off. The Witch dies, doesn't give him spawn of Skeletons anymore, and the Fisherman dies before it latches onto the tower. So yes, the Fisherman was able to pull away from the Witch and make the Mega Knight target that instead of the Witch, and that was kind of obnoxious, but it didn't really matter in the long scheme here. So I'm going to go in for another Skeleton Barrel on the right. I could Miner with it, but it just doesn't seem like I want to. I think he's just going to Witch anyway, so it would just die to the Skeletons from the Witch, so not really an ideal play. I want to go for the Inferno Dragon on top of the Giant, and we won't be able to stop it then, and then we'll just go Mega Knight right on top of the Witch, and that's ideal. So we're going to load up for a very nice defense here. We're going to go for Mega Knight on top of the Witch. The Witch should die now because the Mega Knight is going to be the primary target. We can go for bats to finish off the witch, and it will be able to kill the Mega Minion, and it will be able to kill the Fisherman, or whatever he drops with it anyway. So since he's got log, we want to go for wall breakers. So then we're able to get some damage with them. Maybe we get skeletons out of him and then something else, or the wall breaker connects. Awesome stuff. And then Inferno Dragon locks on top of the witch. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So we know since he has log, he's going to be in a bad spot when we drop the Skeleton Barrel and Goblin Gang early. So then he's like, oh, I can't log everything at the same time. Like, what am I going to do? He's going to eat a lot of damage? No, he's going to poison. Yep, that's horrible. So if he had waited and tried to log everything, the Goblin Gang would have already taken the tower. So we would force them to drop a poison there, and then he had to log after. And it was just a really troublesome time for him. I know he's going to probably go for a Witch again, and we can just go in for a Mega Knight right on top. So if you guys really hate Witch right now, I highly suggest you guys run this deck, because the Inferno Dragon locks on top of the Giant, or their tank, whatever they're running, and then the Mega Knight just damages down their backline, whether it's a Witch, Fisherman, Mega Minion, whatever they throw at you, they can't really defend it. And yeah, we're going to walk away with a very clean W here, guys. We're going to go in for Wall Breakers again. The Miner should be able to just finish off the tower. I don't really need to do anything else. Wall Breakers did give us one connection that was pretty juicy. Forced out a Witch early on, and then after that, the game was pretty much ours. As soon as those Wall Breakers forced out that Witch, we knew that we won the game. GG, well played, and peace out, man. And Fur was a really good player running a deck that is one of the most prominent decks in the meta right now, so I highly encourage you guys to play this deck if you want to destroy that Giant Witch deck. So this guy's got Royal Ghost, so we're going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel on the right. When we see that, we're assuming that's going to be a Pekka deck. Let's destroy Pekka with Mega Knight. Let's go, guys. So he's got Hog Rider and he's got Royal Ghost. This is interesting, man. We're going to be able to hit everything with that Mega Knight placement, which is great. He's actually got Log. Huh, super interesting to see that. I want to go in for Bats with my Mega Knight and drop them in the corner so then they're not easily kited. I really want them to get to that tower and get an extra bit of damage. So we see Pekka right out of the gate as anticipated. And he's got Tornado. I hope he doesn't have Hog Rider Executioner with Pekka. That would make me super sad, man. Anyway, we want to go in for a Goblin Gang here. We want to go in for Wall Breakers. And then we want to go in for a Miner, because we expect him to drop all of his Elixir on top of the Wall Breakers. And then I think that we should be able to get a ton of damage on the left-hand side with a Miner placement. And all of our bait cards. Yeah, so he's got Executioner. When you're playing against Executioner, you got to keep your opponent's Elixir count low. Otherwise, you're just going to straight up lose the game, because they do have a huge matchup advantage on you. Especially when they have a Tornado, Log, and also Executioner. They've gotten so many spells and areas of removal that it's just really obnoxious. You got to get a lot of damage in single Elixir, spread them thin, and win the game off of that. And when they don't have login cycle, you got to take advantage of that. So we're going to go for a Goblin Gang. We're not going to wait until our Elixir bar is at full, because that's how we're going to lose. If we play this game passively, there's really no way that we can walk away with a W. So he might Pekka right in front of this. If that's going to be the case, we need to go for the Inferno Dragon. It's a little bit better for us to drop that and then go in for Mega Knight right on top of the Witch and kill it all simultaneously while the Inferno Dragon walks and works away on the Pekka. If I dropped the Mega Knight earlier, it wasn't guaranteed that it would go on top of the Witch, and then we might have lost the tower there. We're going to take one hit still because he tornadoed it back, and there really wasn't anything I could have done about that. But we still defend, so that's all that really matters. When he's got Executioner and there's 52 seconds remaining, I have to apply aggression towards the 3 because otherwise I'm not really able to do anything. I will lose this game if I don't apply aggression that he has to deal with. So we're going to go in for a Mega Knight now. We're going to go in for Goblin Gang. Since he expedited his push and didn't go for a Pekka, that was really good. He felt pressured to do that instead of going for a Pekka push, which would have been way more difficult for me to deal with. Because we went for the Skeleton Barrel on the left. He's like, oh, he spent all of his Elixir. Let's pressure him when he doesn't have Elixir. And that worked out really, really well. So he might go for a Witch or Executioner on top of these bats. We'll see. And he's got a Fireball. So he's got more than a couple spells than we thought. He's got Tornado. He's got Fireball. He's got Executioner. So this is a pretty big hard counter for him. And with 15 seconds remaining, I think we're able to defend. He might go for a Hog Rider, and we could just go for a Mega Knight right on top. He doesn't have Magic Archer, so he can't pierce through and get even more tower damage. So we're going to walk away with the W with this Mega Knight. Inferno Dragon is going to be aiding our endeavors and shutting down him with this ironclad defense. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. So we cycle Giant Snowball because we want to bait out a small spell, and this guy doesn't fall for it. He doesn't drop a log, he doesn't drop a zap, he doesn't drop anything that we would want to see baited out. Now he's dropping a Snowball, and the Goblins are going to do a lot of devastation on the tower. So we got to go for the Inferno Dragon here, and I think we want to go in for Wall Breakers just so then we're able to go and kite the Giant Skeleton away from our tower, make sure it doesn't lock onto anything, and also make sure that we don't take any damage at all from those really pesky guards. We're going to go for a Giant Snowball so then the Musketeer doesn't lock onto our tower as well. And as you guys can see, we have reset the situation, and we've taken absolutely no damage against this guy. Morning Sunshine did not fall for our trap card of dropping a whole bunch of units right on top of our skeleton barrels and spam on the right. He decided to do some dual lane aggression, so this guy's actually pretty good. He also did not decide to go in for an early spell cycle when we dropped a giant snowball, so that was kind of unfortunate. But we'll try to walk away with the W in this game. I think we can go for wall breakers to pull that back again, just to make sure that it doesn't get any damage. And then the baby dragon is unfortunately going to be able to get a couple hits off on our tower. I'm going to go in for a bat surround on top of the baby dragon, so maybe it takes less damage on us. And then we can go for a giant snowball to knock these guards back, and then it's going to go in for a graveyard, so that's pretty promiscuous. That's a really aggressive graveyard. I can just go in for a goblin gang, and if you don't have an answer to that, then you're just going to get fully denied. But he does have a giant snowball, so he's going to get a little bit more damage than anticipated. So well played, man. Well played. So in this matchup, I think we have to apply dual lane aggression to win it, because as soon as he's able to poison more aggressively and double elixir, we're going to be in a really bad spot. So we're going to try to make something happen with a skeleton barrel on the left. See what he cycles in the back. Maybe it's going to be a giant skeleton. Since he cycles musketeer, we're going to go crazy with wall breakers miner on the right. Since the miner is going to be tanking, then we're going to bait out even more elixir from him. And we can just ignore that musketeer because it's not on the tower that he has any damage. We can go for goblin gang really far back, so if he poisons, then he's not able to hit the spear goblins. And that's really important placement that you guys just saw. If you guys do that, you'll win more games against graveyard. But we still took a lot of damage, but it was a much better denial than usually would be. Inferno dragon is still alive, so we're going to be able to kill the giant skeleton. And the miner is going to be tanking, so then he doesn't have an answer for the skeleton barrel immediately. The Mega Knight should jump onto the tower, but the very unfortunate... that was so sad that he was able to get the giant skeleton bomb there. He's going to go in for a poison again, and I have to keep going aggressive. We need to go in for a giant snowball to clean up these skeletons, or it would just be too much damage. And I don't know if that will be able to do enough for us. I mean, he's got snowball and he's got log. Interestingly enough, it's a pretty crazy combination to see. I think we got to go for Mega Knight at the river just to stop him in his tracks from crossing the river. He'll go for poison. That does do enough, guys. If this Mega Knight doesn't jump for joy, we will lose the game. Mega Knight, come on, give me one more hit. Oh, it's so close, guys. This is just a tough matchup because he's got triple spell. He's got snowball, log, and also poison. But as you guys saw, I probably played that as well as I possibly could have with the Spear Goblins below the tower, and he missed the poison there, and the Spear Goblins were able to chip away on the Graveyard Skeletons, denying the maximum amount of damage. I also think I played really well on aggression. We almost won the game against someone that had a hard counter with triple spells Graveyard. If I want to win this matchup, I have to be ahead going into double elixir. I have to have an advantage in single elixir. I'm going to sauce out a giant snowball and see what this guy's got. So he's got a furnace. When we see furnace, we want to wait for one of the fire spirits to die, then we go in for the skeleton barrel so that fire spirit connects on, and we limit the amount of damage that our skeleton barrel takes. If we dropped it originally at just lackadaisical timing, we would have taken damage from 2 fire spirits instead of 1, and that would have allowed him to damage it down a little bit quicker. Not about that life. Probably going to be facing against a Royal Giant deck. If that's going to be the case, I want to keep our Inferno Dragon a little bit healthier. I'm going to go for a Mega Knight in front, and heck, I could go in for some spam right on top of the Fisherman with the Goblin Gang and see if we can make anything work here. Go in for a miner because I think that the Mega Knight's going to die. We want to tank. Oh, that wasn't really able to happen. Well, the miner's still going to be able to get some damage on top of the Fisherman to kill it, hopefully, but yeah, that was not ideal. Could have been better. Definitely could have been slightly better for us. I'm going to go for a Skeleton Barrel so then the Mega Knight targets that, or not the Mega Knight, the Mega Minion targets that so he doesn't get a hit from it. And then he still has to respond, so it's 4 elixir. Very good for me. Awesome stuff. I think we want to go for a bat surround and keep our Inferno Dragon for his Royal Ghost or Royal Giant. Yeah, Royal Giant. I don't know why I said Royal Ghost, but he's got Royal Giant. We want to keep that in cycle. Probably want to go for Wall Breakers so then we can go and kite the Fire Spirits. I don't think they even like catch up. Yeah, so you can deny an entire wave of Fire Spirits kiting with the Wall Breakers there. So that was really cool. It's a nice interaction if you guys didn't know that. I don't want a Mega Knight yet. He doesn't have Electro Wizard since he's got Fisherman, so that's great. We can go in for the Mega Knight right on top of the Fire Spirits and see what he's going to do. If he goes for Fisherman, we can just go for a Goblin Gang to kill it a little bit quicker. And as long as the Inferno Dragon locks onto the Royal Ghost or the Royal Giant, then we know that it's just going to die. There's no way for him to reset it. And the Goblins get on top of the tower, the Mega Knight's jumping for joy, and that interaction went out brilliantly for me because he decided to go in for a Royal Giant in the back and rolled one through. It was actually one of the worst plays he could have done. Usually you want to go for Royal Giants at the river against beatdown decks like what I'm running. Like that, that's what I was expecting. We were able to really deal with that super easily and get amazing counter push. You cycle your Inferno Dragon before cycling the Mega Knight because you want to get the potential of dropping it on top of the Royal Giant and anything else that they drop with it, right? So Inferno Dragon is just such a good card, especially against beatdown players, as you guys have been seeing. Go for wall breakers in the back. It's not going to get hit by the log. Feels good, man. We can go for Skeleton Barrel, Miner, Bats, and we should be able to kill his Baby Dragon. So he's going to force out Furnace. And the wall breaker connects? What? I totally wasn't expecting that one, Chief. I was a little bit shocked there, not going to lie. He's going to go for a Royal Giant, so we just slow roll another Inferno Dragon. We know he's going to probably Lightning that, so we have to not drop anything else. That's Lightning bait. And yeah, that's going to be great because now the Mega Knight's going to be the primary target. We go in for a Skeleton Barrel. The Miner should be able to chip away gleefully on top of the tower. We're going to go in for a Giant Snowball and walk away with the fattest W ever. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you and asserting dominance against Royal Giant.